So we have here some scores. And we're going to talk about some games won here in the world of women's college basketball that are won on round and update some games that are already finished. So in the women's college basketball world, so let's go talk about. So we have Missouri State Northern Iowa 75-72 at Northern Iowa in overtime. Missouri State goes to 21-5 and 12-13 in the MVC. Now it goes 13-13 in some Missouri by conference play. Queens falls to 18-2-13 Nason. S&P goes to 11-15, 6-9 Nason play. So Queens is pretty much going to be eliminated from the conference tournament contention. Queens is with 3 games remaining. So they only play till February 1st. So, and then Kentucky, number 14, Kentucky, 58-53 over Missouri with 69 805 to go in the fourth. Maryland, number 2, Maryland, 65-54 Northwestern with 85 to go. Number 6 to go in the fourth. Belmont, 60 with Illinois State in the top battle of the OVC teams. Other than Drake is ahead of them, but still. Good battle though when for the top of the MVC. Fighting for seeding and top 4 by top 4 for our first round by a we go straight to quarters. And you have, and they still play until the 8th of March. The last regular season games they're one of those scrimmages that go to the very end of the regular season. So, and then we have Louisiana Monroe 74-66 lead over Troy. Louisiana Monroe trying to upset Troy here. Florida Gulf Coast 82-63 with Central. So Florida Gulf Coast, other than that first quarter, really 35-20. Florida Gulf, really it's been even. Just on one bad quarter. 16 Corpus Christi blown out and starting to put some separation. It was really that second quarter put some separation. Nichols it's been 52, even mostly even since 52-33, 50-49 in Lamar Incarnate Word. 52-49 now, 3:18 to go. 49-43 Western Kentucky versus Sam Houston with 2:52 to go. Middle Tennessee 52-44 over Louisiana Tech. 40-33 Davidson over George Mason. 4:55 in the third. 6:11 in the third. Virginia Tech beats Stanford 23-29. 43-34 Omaha over South Dakota. 45-44 over Roberts over North Dakota. North Dakota State 43-34 over Denver. 47-27 Florida over Texas A&M. New Mexico State 42-31 over Jacksonville State. 17-8 number 7 LSU over Georgia. 14-6 Rutgers over Washington over Rutgers. 14-10 San Francisco over Washington State. 10-6 Portland over San Diego. 9-4 Oregon State over Santa Clara. 17-10 Pacific over Maryland. 2-1 in a low scoring first 4 minutes and 48 seconds. St. Mary's beats Gonzaga 2-1. UC ranked 7-3 over Cal State Northridge. 13-11 Long Beach State over UC Riverside. 13-7 Idaho over Arizona. 9-7 North over East Washington. 11-9 Kansas State over Utah. And then caught up in 19 minutes. Number 25 Illinois and number 3 UCLA featured Big Ten Network game. The Big Ten Network, Fox Sports, they get a game. Big game, they get 2 games, and Peacock gets 1. Peacock had a game yesterday. It was a few yesterday. So, and they have 1 big game, and they had big game. And they had Ohio State at Indiana, which is a big one. These are ranked teams, so they're kind of evenly splitting some of the games. But Peacock got 1 at some Eastern. No, Big Ten gets 1 9:30 Eastern. It's number 2. And UC is at Cal State Peterson 9:30 Eastern. Weber State at Sacramento State Eastern Plus. And then 10 Eastern. It's Cup Place UC San Diego. And UC Santa Maria Costa for the Big West, and then the importance of the Big Sky. And we have Louisville, they knock off number 11 Duke 70-62. They fell to Notre Dame on Monday. Big Monday on ESPN. And feature games usually ESPN 2 men's and ESPN. But they had 3 TGL games on President's Day. 2 of them are on ESPN. 1 went to ESPN 2. And obviously, why is ranked teams. 2 ranked teams battle. And then Vanderbilt loses to number 60 Oklahoma, 101-81. 76-70 California, Virginia. Furman, 72-70 over Mercer. Purdue A&M, 57-50 over Mississippi State. 56-53 Bethune-Cookman over Alabama State. Alabama A&M, 70-67 over Florida. 474-48 over Florida. 68-65 Manhattan over Youngstown State. 67-58 over Mercy. 66-57 Austin Peay Queens. 70-52 East Texas A&M gets blown out by New Orleans. E242 number Northern blows up Miami. It's number 6 South Carolina blows out Arkansas. 85-55. 71-61 Indiana over Ohio State. And then number 13 NC State. E360 over Georgia Tech. And number 15 Tennessee. 80-80 over Alabama. Number 20 Georgia Tech. That might knock Georgia Tech on the rankings. I'm not for sure though. Who knows? We'll see. And then Tennessee Tech over UT Martin 70-55. Tennessee Tech stays atop the Ohio Conference. Texas Southern gets a win. They bounce back after losing to 2 games in a row. In their first 2 conference losses, they bounced back 73-50 over Arkansas Pine Bluff. E240 Drake over Southern Illinois. 81-55. Murray State blows out Bradley. 65-58. Southeastern Louisiana had to grind out each quarter. And they grind out the second, third, and fourth quarter by 1 by a point. In the first quarter, they won by 4. So it's 65-58. 62-61 Central Connecticut survives over Chicago State at home. 77-64 Stonehill keeps second place in the NEC. They are a game and a half ahead of St. Francis PA for the 3rd spot. And they are definitely going to host a home game in the first round. And maybe they have a good shot to host Summit as well, but we'll see. And if they can host the Summit or not. Then St. Francis PA 70-60 and Mercyhurst, they survive. Mercyhurst, St. Peter's beats Mount St. Mary's 70-64. Mount St. Mary's was down big in that third quarter, the fourth, excuse me. But then St. Peter's put on their bench when Mount St. Mary's was having their stars. So the score, but it's still a good dominant win by St. Peter's. Fairfield dominates Riders 72-46. Fairfield had a slow third quarter, and they dominated their fourth. Probably put on the bench in the fourth too. 72-46 in third. You can see a low scoring, probably put on their bench too. 61-58 Lipscomb over North Alabama. 66-15 Stephen Foster versus Houston Christian. And 67-44 UT Oregon Valley over News. So let's go to Belmont. At Illinois State, we'll bring in Detroit, Louisiana, Monroe. We won't bring in Florida, of course. And then North Texas and Corpus Christi. We'll bring in Incarnate Word. And Lamar Incarnate Word. We'll bring in Western Kentucky, Sam Houston. And we'll bring in Middle Tennessee. We'll bring in Middle Tennessee. Let's bring in Belmont at Illinois State here.
back to Banks, on the move, throws it up, can't get it to go, and time running out. But officials looks like are going to take another look at this rebound to see how much time should be put back on the clock.
I am shocked that Banks opted for that mid-range with about 2 seconds left on that clock when she let the ball off of her fingertips. She had time to get all the way to the block, add that one more dribble, and with Jones being so good at adjusting and beating the help line of defense, I can't believe she did it. She beat that first line, and when Dowell stepped up as the second, she just opted on pulling up instead of taking that extra dribble inside.
It looks like she lost momentarily a little bit of control of the dribble. Do you think that influenced her decision at all there to pull up?
It does seem like that bobble right there is enough to frazzle you, especially when the shot clock's winding down. It becomes where you lose a little bit of sense of how much time is really left in those moments.
So we're waiting to see how much time is going to go back on this clock and who this ball will go to. It looked like Illinois State had possession. Or at least that's the way the arrow signals right now. Half a second left on this clock. Possession arrow, Illinois State's.
The faces of Belmont players look down, look worried, look defeated. I don't know if they even believe they can still win this game with just that half a second.
So what's your move if you're Belmont in this situation?
If I'm Belmont, I'm fouling as the ball's getting passed in. You don't want to make it intentional and give Illinois State the ball right back, but as soon as you can possibly foul, you've got to.
Because remember, Belmont does have one timeout left. And right on cue, you called it. But Kristen Gillespie, she wants an intentional foul.
That's why you want to wait to foul until the ball is getting passed in, because if you foul before they're passing in that ball, you can get the intentional call and the technical there.
And Coach Gillespie is livid. And she wants this play reviewed.
I don't blame her. There was a lot of contact before the ball got passed in. We don't see it in that
Yeah,
replay.
it's hard to see. That's not the. It was a play under the basket. This is a better angle.
So watch the left side of your screen in the paint between, I believe.
Let's go to Middle Tennessee. CN Louisiana Tech. Tennessee Louisiana Tech. This has been blacked out in my hearing. Wonder why. That's strange. I wonder if that's the game is over though. Yeah, Western Kentucky beats Sam Houston 57-45. So yeah, it probably is just because it's over though. Honestly. But yeah. I mean, there is 0.5 seconds left, so it's, even if there is no intentional, that's 2 shots, and if you make both, it's over anyways. Essentially. And then we have Troy. So Lamar does have the lead in that one, 60-53. And now Troy. Do they have the lead? Where's Louisiana Road? Louisiana Road's up 10. And yes, let's see. Let's see if Belmont does get the win. Yes, Indiana LIC does get the win. Anyways, 66-63. And yeah. Well, let's bring in Maryland. We'll bring in Maryland and Northwestern here. Now I'll officially talk about the scores here of some games. That just recently ended here. We were looking at the Illinois State and with Belmont there. And yeah, we have, looks like Lamar is going to beat Ingram Ward 61-53. Louisiana Monroe is 11 on Troy. Looks like Troy. Then we have I also have some other scores of games that have already ended here. Like that I didn't mention yet. I didn't mention Manhattan beat down 65-50, 68-65. Manhattan beat down. I mean, did I mention? Then I didn't mention Texas Cruisers officially beat Nichols 59-44. It's 55-71 for of course for Central and And then 57-45 Western took over Sam Houston. 55-46 Middle Tennessee officially beat Louisiana Tech in Conference USA plays until the 8th of March. So Middle Tennessee does time to get more wins in conference in overall, but they hit the 21 mark this season for them. So, and then we'll bring in another game. Oh, we will, since there's not a lot of games, we'll bring in and the Lamar officially, Louisiana Row officially wins their game. Yes, 84-73. And then we officially bring in that one. The Jacksonville State, New Mexico State, that can show. We'll bring in Stanford at Virginia Tech. As well, we'll bring in a little bit later, and we'll bring in Davidson, George Mason, Davidson. I just want to share with you here the rest of this exciting matchup here between Maryland and Northwestern.
The steal, again, causing that turnover with the Heat. You don't have to hurry, you need quality. Brown picks up that dribble. Sullivan, heartbreaker. Dulcie with the rebound. And Sellers smartly wants to use clock.
That's a great look by Northwestern.
Yes. The shot clock. Oh, could be the dagger. Tibiasu with a huge long ball.
It's the second time against the zone where they've gotten the ball out of Sarah Tibiasu's hands into Cheyenne Sellers' hands.
Daly just will not quit.
This is a great adjustment by Maryland. You take the ball out of Tibiasu's hands, put it in Cheyenne's hands, so Cheyenne is then able to facilitate the offense and get Tibiasu for an open three on the wing where she's more suited to that shot. But every time Northwestern has needed a response, Mel Daly to the rescue, whether it's her mid-range jumper, her getting on the glass, or her coming up with steals or deflection. Mel Daly has been outstanding for the Wildcats tonight.
22 points for Daly coming off the bench, 10 for 17. She's not quite at her career high, which is 25, but she has willed this club to stay in it on both ends of the floor.
Her intensity, her energy, and her sense of urgency. I talked about Maryland's sense of urgency to finish the game on the road, but let's talk about Mel Daly's sense of urgency to get to the Big Ten tournament and her what will be her final year being able to play in it. I just can't say enough about her, and it for me as a former coach, it starts well before this game ever tipped off. She was the first one on the floor for both teams. She was the first one on the floor in nearly 2 hours before the game, getting up shots.
I love the fact that you picked up on that, Shimmy. And if this game was an 80-minute game, she'd say, I want to play 79 minutes and 50 seconds, or maybe just the whole thing. But the fact that McEwen has been able to ask her to do so much, high quality, high motor, pretty impressive.
It just hits you a little different, Ann, when you're a senior. You just have that little extra desire inside you.
Smart play by Schmeichel to use clock, coach. And here's Sellers, just kind of play and catch. You have no choice but to foul if you're harder.
And that's, if you're Maryland, that's whose hands you want the ball in right now in this situation. Sarah's a 92% free throw shooter.
But it's only the 4th team foul on Northwestern. So the Cats will have to foul again and quickly. Walton checking in. Sullivan will take a seat. Sullivan in double figures. 1 of 4 for the Cats. Dawsey almost loses the handle. Walton picks up that foul. Team's 5th. All right, coming up. Double dip rolls on. Top 25 showdown at Pauley. Historic Pauley. UCLA, Illinois. Next on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. AJ Cannell, Elise Winder have got you covered. So Dawsey doing a good job of getting to the free throw line. And that was a big stick. She gets it both.
That was huge for her. I mean, she's a 52% free throw shooter. So those are big because I know that's not who Brenda Freese wanted at the line in this situation, right?
I got you.
You have Cheyenne Sellers, who's an 80% free throw shooter. Schmeichel, 80% free throw shooter. Sarah, 90% free throw shooter. Woo.
Long ball. Oh, it's not go anywhere quite yet. Walsh with the 3 ball.
Something about seniors. There's just something to me about seniors when the game is on the line or you need a big shot, and Northwestern seniors have stepped up big tonight. Talked about Mel Daly. Well, what about Kaylee Walsh? This was like a replay of their game against Rutgers the other night. She hit a big 3 to stretch the lead for Northwestern at halftime, and then a big 3 that really sealed the game against Rutgers.
All right, remaining schedule for the Cats. Remember, they're fighting for their Big Ten tournament lives.
You want to get to Indianapolis. You want to extend your season. And they have their last 2 games at Wisconsin and then Nebraska. Not insurmountable. I mean, not going to be easy by any means, but not insurmountable.
How about Maryland's games remaining?
They've got two tough games. You've got at Indiana, which is a tough place to play, and you saw what Indiana did to Ohio State tonight, and then you have Ohio State at home. And, Maryland, it kind of gets a tough end of the stick. They've got to play Ohio State twice. Everyone in this conference plays someone twice. For Maryland and Ohio State, they play each other twice. That's tough to play a top 10 team two times.
And it'll be interesting to see if Northwestern is able to get those games that were postponed out in LA a month ago because of the LA fires, UCLA, USC. Northwestern did not make that trip. Those games were technically postponed, and it'll be interesting to see what the league and the universities decide to do with those two games.
Yeah, it will. It will. A lot of people are going to be watching the last 5 teams that are fighting to get in, and then the teams that are looking to get those buys.
UCLA, Illinois, underway at Pauley. Good to see Lauren Betts back in the lineup for UCLA. Had the foot injury recently.